Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Welcome to It's a Crime. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Linda, and today we are hoping it is the day that we get a verdict in the Letecia Stauch trial, the Gannon Stauch case. I was thinking about this morning, and Gannon died on a Monday, and we are going to just put it out there that on a Monday, the verdict comes in. So what I'm going to do is I got everything worked out for the WebEx to pull that in. On Friday, I had a little bit of troubles. And on Friday, we did an 8-hour live stream, which was pretty crazy. Might be the longest one, maybe, that I've ever done. But what we're going to do today is 9 o'clock. Court's going to start, supposed to start. We'll see what Judge Werner says. And then we'll go from there. If it's a case that he says, okay, the jury's going to go, we're going to give you a 30 minutes heads up, we might talk for a bit, split it off, and then when we get the 30-minute, we'll come back and we'll keep going. But we'll see what he says this morning, because what was weird was on Friday, they had closing statements, and then at 1 o'clock, the jurors went, they had lunch, and then they were deliberating. And from what I'm understanding, people who've gone through the juror process, they said they still have to go through the instructions, which they did with the judge, but they have to go through it, choose somebody who's a four-person to lead and whatnot. So that was only 4 hours that they had. So, and this case is huge, so there could be a lot of chat, right? A lot of talk about it. So 4 hours is really not that long. What was weird was the judge said it could go to 7 o'clock, but then at 5 o'clock, the judge went and checked on them. And then after that, everybody went home. So that was kind of weird. We didn't get to see them go back into the court. I'm wondering if it's just that the cameras were off. He went along and somebody forgot to put the cameras on or whatever, but I'm sure it's on record. We'll see what they say. Okay, so let's see. Dave says, definitely like your coverage of this. Thanks much. You're very welcome. I've been covering this for 3.5 years now, and over 80 videos that I've done, and I was doing it as it was happening. So there's lots in there, and I just celebrated. I had an email, I think it was last week, that said that I hit 500 uploads, and I think now it's like 501 or 502 if we include the live stream. So. And I think the 500 is not even including live streams. So really cool. Thank you so much for your super chat. Appreciate it. So what we're going to do is we're just in 7 minutes. You guys can chit chat. We can have a couple things talk about. I'm going to post something up too. I would like to talk about the case that many people might not have heard. So we might get into that, and we'll go from there. So it's Monday, and I don't know about you guys, but this weekend I was, wasn't nervous, but it was like, oh man, I wish they would have came with a verdict on Friday. And yesterday I did a video. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but I did do a 20-minute video and on the case, and I did a wrap up of the case. And it's tough. When you immerse yourself, like you guys know, in these cases, a lot of people tell me they have a lot of trouble sleeping. They have a lot of troubles, just dealing with a lot of it because it's a lot, right? So I felt like that yesterday. I felt like I shed some tears, and then I did the video, and then, just chilled out because it's a lot. So hopefully everybody after this can just take a little bit of breather, and then continue on, and we move on to Lori's and get justice for the children and for Tammy. Did I notice the deliberation clock has been shown running? Where is that? I don't know about that. Linda says, I do not know about that. Let me know. That good point. Tammy says maybe they already have a verdict, one to release today. I don't know how that works. We're going to learn that. The stripes are out again. Heck yeah, I got the blue. I don't wear a lot of blue, so it was like, okay, what can I wear? So we got the blue stripes again, and blue for Gannon and stripes for Tisha. Yeah, Shauna says, I found your channel from Gannon's case, been following along with you from the beginning. It's only right to be here till the end. We got it. Today's the day. We're going to put it out there. Today is the day. There's the blue hearts already going. Good. And I don't know if you've seen it, but here he is right here. Let's see if you can, without the lights. There you go, buddy. Gannon's here to get it. We're going to get this today. Also, I saw that there is a GoFundMe. I saw that late last night for Landon. So had I known that, I would have put that in my video last night. But I'm gonna share this with you. You don't feel like you have to donate, but I do want to put that in there in case people. Oh, that's an ugly looking link. One sec. Let's see if I could get a easier looking link for you. There we go. That's better. I saw this last night, and I will put this up for Landon in my community page as well. There we go. Kim says, good morning, Linda. Good morning, Kim. Thank you. Crystal says, I've been so concerned all weekend. I just can't imagine anyone not finding her guilty, not insane. Agreed. I was saying this on Friday. I wonder what the jurors' perception is. A lot of us who've been following it for 3+ years, we already have in our mind how we feel, right? I mean, we know quite a bit, and that's a lot of information to intake in the last couple of weeks. So I'm curious about it as well. We'll see. We'll see. Thank you, book girl. Really put your video yesterday was outstanding. Really put my mind and heart at ease. I haven't stopped thinking about him all weekend. They'll piece it together. The jurors, and I don't know how anyone, and again, I've done this for 3.5 years, so yes, I'm biased on it. I'm pro Gannon, obviously. I don't know, though, with everything that was given in this courtroom, how a person could think that she is criminally insane. I don't know. Exactly. We're not going to be nervous. We're going to put it out there, right? So should be starting in the next couple minutes. All right. A lot of blue hearts, which is super awesome. Yeah, that's right. If the crimes fit, you must convict. District Attorney Michael Allen did a wonderful job on Friday. Actually, the whole case, the prosecution did. It was just a constant here's the facts, right? Thank you, Marianne. Another one person from since January 2020. Yeah. One little interesting thing I was mentioning about a Monday and how Gannon was killed on a Monday. There's a lot of people. It's weird. A lot of people killed on a Monday. It's very weird. It's kind of like the statistic of a heart attack. A lot of people have a heart attack on Monday. I don't know. It's really weird. A lot of people that I've covered has been on a Monday. And so today's Monday. I'm hoping today's the verdict. Let's hope. I don't know what else they have to talk about. It's like Leticia's full of you know what. Solo Erica says, I just really hope they find her guilty. I think they will. Put a note there. Court Twitter page says the judge will answer questions at 9. Okay, so we have a couple minutes and he'll be on screen. And then what I'll do is I'll pull up the WebEx and then I will be in the little corner there and you can still see me. And then we'll see what he says. Jury questions being answered at 9 a.m. Thank you, Stacy. Sue says, good morning. I'm horrified they didn't convict right away. I'm scared someone is going to be a holdout and screw up the whole thing. No. We're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. A lot of people had the case on their mind all weekend. A lot of blue hearts. Thank you, guys. The only thing insane is her thinking she will get away with this. Agreed. Hi, Kathy. Nice to see you. Thank you. If the Google search fits, you must convict. Oh, here we go. Okay, let me get this in here.
Court will call 20 CR 1358, People versus Letecia Stauch. Record should reflect the jury's not present in the courtroom. I've asked everybody to be here because I've received a question from the jurors. It's actually two questions. The first one is, can we have an index list of all
Yes, one of those copies we could give to the fence chairman if you'd like.
Do you need one? Okay. And my thought is that I just write down. Oh, no, we haven't. It's on the second page. Picture from Garden of the Gods that was admitted. So it is on there. So it's all good.
Our paralegal was more awesome than I thought.
Yep.
We'll say her name in case other jurisdictions or lists don't want to hire her.
I get it. So take that with you so I don't lose it. All right. The next question is, can we have both a preliminary and final report from Dr. Lewis? And I think what they're talking about is they want the reports from Dr. Lewis. My proposed response is expert reports are not introduced as exhibits in a trial. You have all the evidence you may properly consider to decide the issues in this case. Prosecution.
Yeah, I think that's the right answer. We certainly, those two things were not ever admitted, and I think it would have been improper to try to admit them as well. So.
Right, and they never are. So that's why I put this. Usually I only have the second sentence, but because they're asking for both reports, rather than highlighting or saying that this has something to do with Dr. Lewis specifically, which it does not. I mean, they're not going to get Dr. Torres and Dr. Grimmett's reports either. Mr. Tellini?
No, I agree.
Okay. Then I will sign this.
Your group reports has been somewhat of an issue that came up over.
Give me just a second. Okay.
Okay, so they're just having a little chitter chatter. Sounds like Tellini says something came up. Every single time something comes up, it seems on a Monday. It's like, oh, they met for 3 hours on Sunday, and meaning Dr. Lewis and Leticia last week. And I was like, whoa, 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 what are you talking about? Now there's a softball accident, and they wanted this in, and brain injury, and this and that. So I wonder what they're saying. Something came up. Are they flirting again? Oh, yeah, there they are. It's like a bad first date. And I wonder what she ripped up. Did you see that the lawyer Will Cook ripped a statement, not a statement, notes from Leticia and ripped them up, stood there. That was an interesting moment. Yes, jury wants an index list of exhibits and Dr. Lewis's report. Dr. Lewis's report not available to jurors. Neither are the other reports. But I can understand why they want them, right? They want them because they're like, what just happened in Dr. Lewis's testimony? It was a complete show. You didn't know, okay, what did she do? Because you didn't get anything of that, right? For two full days. So Dave says better than my last first few dates. Yeah, me too, Dave.
Right. So we've sent back, I give you both, right? Okay. We're gonna send back the exhibit list, and the answer to the question, that I've already, given you. That takes care of everything at this point in time. I'm still gonna give a 30-minute warning with some grace for the people to get here. I know that it may take them somewhat longer. Can you give me some idea of generally where they might be coming from?
Well, I think we've got Landon and her family here. Al and his side of the family, I'm sure, are just waiting for us to give them a call. They live in town. So
Okay.
I think in all likelihood, we'll be fine with 30 minutes. I'm just saying if that becomes an issue,
No, if it does.
you never know.
Right.
And you've been very gracious with that the whole time, Judge. So
Just let me know and we'll deal with it. Otherwise, I'll let you know when I hear something.
Okay. Sounds
Okay.
good.
Court will be in recess.
All right.
Okay, I'm still here, you guys. I don't know if you can hear me, but something is frozen. Can you hear me? I'm going to check on. I don't know if you can hear me or not. I think I'm frozen. Which is not ideal. Which is not ideal. Okay, you guys, I think you can still hear me. So here's what we're going to do. My computer is stuck for some reason, but I'm pretty sure you can hear me. So what we'll do is we are going to take a little bit of break. I'm not going to end this broadcast, I don't think. Maybe I will. And then when we get the 30-minute heads up, I'll post the 30 minutes heads up. I'll come back on here and we'll spend the time together while we're waiting. And then hopefully we have a verdict. Sounds good? Let me know. Let me just check on my phone because you can't hear me. So we're just going to Okay, I restarted. I think, okay, I'll come back and I'll quickly do this. I can hear it start to rev up too on my Mac, which is really weird. So I was just saying a minute ago that last night I did a video on Leticia. So you guys are welcome to watch it. It's a wrap up of the entire trial. It's 20 minutes long. Maybe we'll get a verdict after that. But last night there's some weird things that happened on my computer, or not my computer, I'm sorry, while I was filming. So there was a knock, and I was talking on camera like this, and you hear a straight on knock that's like right between me and the camera, which is my phone. I record on my phone. And then as I was going further, there was another knocking sound. So I don't know what the heck happened. I was talking about this on Friday or maybe last week because my frame actually broke. And then when I was on camera, it started working again, and it's been working ever since. But it was broken for like a week. So you saw it's just blank. And then it was going okay. So last night I did a video. I recorded it yesterday afternoon, and some weird sound. It's super weird. Anyway, so you're welcome to go watch that video while you're waiting. And then what I'll do is I'll be glued to find out what's going on, when they're going to have the 30 minutes to come back, and then we'll go from there. So I'm really glad you guys are hanging out with me. What I'll do is I'll announce again, just be careful. Once I end this live stream and I go to the other one, you may not get a notification. So make sure your notifications are on, and then keep checking back, because you just don't know. Right? If you don't get a notification. Yeah, it is spooky. There's some spooky stuff. It does happen on my videos. It really does. There's a lot of times. So let's see. I think I have, see if I can pull it up. Give me a minute. I might be able to share it. Let me just think for a minute. There was 2. No, it won't let me. Maybe I'm not supposed to. Anyway, if you watch my video, you'll be able to hear it. There's one part that I was talking about. I think I was talking about Leticia being full of BS, and then it hit, and then there was another one. Can we review the jury's questions? What they asked for is they wanted a list of exhibits from the trial. They also wanted Dr. Lewis's report, which I don't blame them. They wanted, because they probably wonder what the heck happened, because nothing was concrete. But that was denied. They don't get that, and they don't get the other doctor's stuff. So no to that. Did I miss anything else? And basically, they're going to give a 30 minutes or some grace heads up so that Al can come to the courthouse. Landon was there and her family, and Al lives in town, so they have time to get there as well. And then we'll go from there. Yeah, I couldn't sleep last night because of the trial. How many of you were sleepless as well? Let me know how many. I need a spirit jar. I do smudge sometimes, but I don't think it's a bad thing. I just think it's just some, I don't know. It always happens, typically. Like when I shouldn't say always. In a lot of videos it happens. Someone place time markers. Okay, well, I feel like it was at the 11-minute mark when I was editing, but I don't want to open up my program because it'll take a lot of memory and I don't want it to go. Sleepless, didn't get a wink, like 2 hours up all night. Wow, you guys, I didn't sleep. I slept, I think it'll go fine. Totally sleepless. No verdict yet. So do you think that Leticia, when and if a verdict comes today, we're going to put it out there that it is. What do you think? Do you think Leticia's going to do something, say something, outburst, or do you think she's going to keep quiet? Let me know in here. 1 for yes, outburst. 2, no, she'll keep quiet. Longest weekend ever. Thank you, Sylvia. Aw, I hugged my daughter all night. I really think today is a good day. 1, lots of 1s. So 1 means yes, she's going to say or do something. 2, lots of 1s. 2, no, she's going to stay quiet. Total outburst. Some 2s, quite a few 1s. 2, 2, 1, 2. Okay, now it's getting to be a little bit more that yes is outburst, a lot more outbursts. Jody has 1, 1, 1, 1. I love that. Emily says, I'm sure my family is tired of hearing about my anxiety from it. If she's found not guilty, I will truly lose all faith in our justice system. Do the crime, do the time. Lots of 1s, a lot of 1s. Maria's going to come out. She might. So she could prove everybody wrong, and she sincerely hopes that everybody owes her an apology, like she said. I think she's going to be the type to try and appeal this forever so she wouldn't have an outburst. But then again, it's tea. Isn't that true? She'll shake her head no. Today is a great day. 1, 2, 1. Someone put a 3. Big fat 1. She's going to flip out or pretend to have a medical episode. She might. Just think she'll carry on head down. Dave says, thanks for being our emotional support human through this trial. You are very welcome. Thank you for being my emotional support humans. Thank you. It sure helps, doesn't it? It helps lessen the anxiety and lessen the emotions, I guess. It doesn't even lessen. It feels better with support, doesn't it? Yesterday, I was a little bit of a hot mess because I can deal with little bits at a time, but then when you put it all together and then you start talking about what happened again, and I can't, like you can see on even the video, I can't get it together. You try not to cry, and then crying, and then you're like, I have to record, you're doing one of these. Jay says, have just watched your last night's video. I'm a 49-year-old guy, but when you spoke about what that little guy went through, it really brought a tear to my eye. Bless his heart. Justice is on its way. Thank you. Yeah. It's rough, isn't it? All of us have a heart. So whether you're a guy or a girl, it's okay to feel what you're feeling. And how can you not be upset, right? Oh, okay. Number one. Which Maria, Spanish or Russian? I wouldn't even call that a Russian accent, you guys. I do what I do. I do what I do. And I thought, what's that? What is a gangster? That's Russian? That's not Russian. I don't even know if that's gangster. I do what I do. You know what I mean? I do what I do. Let me show you my mug for this morning. I think if Shelby's still in here, she'll recognize this. I was given this by one of my very, very, very dear viewers. I don't know if she's in here this morning, but Charlene says, crazy how our personalities were able to control themselves during trial. I mentioned that in my video. Imagine that, not once, and they're triggered. They're triggered by triggers, and you know, which one is the one flirting with Will Cook and him flirting back? Which princess altar? And now, side note, for those of you who are joining me, never seen me before, I'm not making fun of people with multiple personalities. I'm making fun of Leticia. She doesn't have that. She's a big, giant insult to those who do have it. Yes, I read that on Friday about her lawsuit. She likes to do that. She always talks about her constitutional rights being violated, even though she lies. One of the things that also, I read quite a few of her letters to Judge Werner. She has those as well. And remember also that she tried to, what's the word? She went pro se. She basically wanted to represent herself. That's the word. Whew, I need some sleep. She tried to represent herself, but she kind of did, you know, a little conniving thing because, and of course, there's the manipulation because then she was able to get her hands on all kinds of stuff to review. So that'll put her in her mind a step ahead, right? What does it mean when the jurors request a list of the exhibits? All the exhibits that were shown in trial, so any of the evidence that was shown up, they showed it in trial, they talked about it, they wanted a list of that to review. That's smart. Marta says, too, she's a coward. Yeah, I don't think that'll ever happen from Leticia. But wouldn't that be good if they came with a verdict and then they played all the times that she said, and I'm just going to need a sincere apology from everyone. I did. She does have a past criminal history. I think I've showed that 3 years ago. And she has, yeah, there was a hoax bomb threat as well. This is Leticia. This is what she does. She doesn't like something, she deals with it that way. Jeff, we were just talking about that. We were talking about that here earlier today, and we were talking about that actually on Friday. Because I do, and actually last night in my video, I said, heads up. If she's in true Letecia style mode, she won't go quietly into that good night. Randy says, I want to see an outburst button Russian. It won't be because she do what she do. I do what I do. I can't handle her. I've had enough of her. I think everybody else has too, but I can't anymore. I'm done with her. Maybe she'll lean over and kiss Will Cook because they're dating, apparently, from the looks of it. And the judge, did you see that on Friday? The judge was thanking everybody. He thanked the jurors. He thanked the ones who were back up. He thanked the prosecution for being respectful, except for it was like, what is he not watching what's going on between Will and Leticia? I don't think that's respectful. At one point, they were giggling and laughing, and Michael Allen was standing at the podium, and then he says, I don't know what's so funny over here to my left, to the both of them. So, yeah, it was Sylvester Stallone. That is it. It sounds like Sopranos, apparently. I should know that. I'm Italian. Ghetto Russian. Oh, I don't know. We have to laugh because I tell you, I had a lot of cries this weekend and then right before. That was fake. Oh, my rings. Yeah, I had to replace my wedding ring with with the middle finger. I won't put it up with the middle finger. There you go. It's hard to see. There you go. This one's Pandora. I think this one is too, Pandora. There you go, Shelby. Love the mug. I love the mug too. Shelby got me the mug. I'm actually drinking, I'm not crazy about the taste, but I'm drinking a licorice tea for my adrenals because they're shot. Okay, I'm just going to double check the Twitter for a sec. I don't know if there's going to be some coverage on some people. Just double check what everything. Okay, we're good. Nothing's happening. Nice to see you. Maisie says, I think Dr. Lewis sees DID in 99.9% of the people she evaluates. When you're a hammer, everything looks like a nail. If she wins insanity, I'm done with true crime. Oh yeah, sure, I'll post the GoFundMe again. Let's see if there it is. Copy. This is for Landon. I posted it earlier. You guys should be able to see that. Hopefully that works. Yeah, she tried to represent herself. That would probably be a good thing. Let me see if I could pull this up for you guys. Leticia had a interesting saying too. So let me just pull it up and then I'll read it to you way back when she wanted to represent herself. That'd be good. Seeing as we talking to her. This was in February of 2021, so 13 months after Gannon died. It says, Letecia Stauch, a Colorado woman currently behind bars in connection with the death of her stepson, Gannon Stauch, told a judge on Friday that she intends to represent herself during trial. Stauch appeared before Judge Gregory Werner at the El Paso County Courthouse in El Paso County, Colorado, and claimed she was a professional who knows how this works. Quote. And she says, it says, Werner asked Stauch a series of questions to ensure she knew what she was getting into. Werner asked Stauch if she knew how to select a jury and submit evidence to the court. Stauch said she would use the jail's library, or as Leticia calls it, library, to learn. Werner warned Stauch that she risks losing advantages without an attorney. Leticia says, I understand that, but also know that I'm so confident there are two pieces of evidence that no science or expert can discredit, and it will clear my name. The judge says, well, don't tell them to us right now. Isn't it fair to say that evidence won't come in? Stauch says it will. This was before her preliminary. It says, the news comes after Stauch was found to stand competent in the trial by two different psychiatrists. On Friday, the judge continued to question Stauch's decision, giving her ample time to back out. And then Leticia says, I've come to find that the word expert doesn't hold much value, and I'm the expert here. I think that I could do it on my own, sir. Wait for it. It's a constitutional right. She says, sir, I know it sounds audacious, but I was very good at poker. You gotta know when to hold them or when to fold them. I wouldn't be this confident without an ace in a hole. I just had a really good idea what to buy her in prison. Anyway, District Attorney Michael Allen said that Stauch representing herself will not change anything in the way the prosecution proceeds. We're also going to make sure we satisfy that burden of proof regardless if someone has an attorney or if they're representing themselves. And then it goes into her search history, which we talked about. Let me just back up because there was another link. There might be more on this day that happened. I covered that ages ago, but let's see if what it pulls up. Oh yeah, she says. So this would have been in, again, February. She says, I think I could do it on my own, sir. She says she's well educated and can use the law library at the jail. She said her main issues are that she doesn't have full access to discovery evidence and her lawyers while she's in jail. And she says she's held to a different standard in the jail compared to other inmates. Near the end of the hearing, Judge Werner asked if Stauch was ready to make a decision on representing herself today. Stauch then asked if she waived her right to an evidentiary hearing, would prosecutors still be able to force the hearing? Judge Werner said that would need to be looked up for a clear answer, and prosecutors agreed. Ultimately, Werner told Stauch, bottom line is I can't give you an answer because I don't know. Stauch said she still wanted to represent herself. And then we saw Tolini come in. Do I think that Gannon's family will clap at the guilty verdict? I doubt it. I don't think they will. I think they'll breathe out, that's for sure. She is a real piece of work. How could you not think this woman is guilty? Okay, I'm scrolling here for you. Guys, one sec. Yeah, unfortunately, Christine says I actually never want to see her again after this trial. That'd be too soon, hey? Unfortunately, I bet you will hear about her over the years. But at least she's in there. She didn't have to do that to anybody else. Yes, I did see Will tear up one of the notes. I wonder what it was. Somebody was joking, said maybe the jail phone number. Exactly. I hope the jurors took that all in. They're the ones, jurors were watching, and they're the ones who tipped off the judge about what are we supposed to do with this behavior. And she was also given the finger, right? So, yes, I set the frame to stay on Gannon's photo. Yeah, that was me this time. Not malachite. Yes, please hit the like button. That helps. Every bit helps. Can I update the pictures behind? Yes, I can. I'm able to. Yep. Oh, I didn't know that Al also has a GoFundMe. Maui girl, do you have um the link to that? Ruby says, did you see the Zav girl video with Leticia's high school classmate on as a guest? Oh my god, so much info about this witch. Unbelievable. I have not seen it, no. But I'm sure there's lots of tea from Leticia. On Friday, I read her constitutional rights about smeat and how she shouldn't be eating smeat in in jail. I shouldn't laugh at the same time. I think that's about where she should be, is having that. All of a sudden she's kosher, and pretty sure she went to Burger King before she went to jail. So I don't know. Yeah, she says library, and her other doctorate degree shines when she says, instead of how come, she says why come, why come, da da da. You know, like a 2-year-old says why come, because they're learning how to talk, right? That's what she says, why come. Tweety Me says, oh, thank you. I really, really appreciate your hard work. You were so on top from the beginning, and you right away saw our evil. Hello from Germany. Hello, thank you. We are all going to see this till the end, aren't we? 3.5, almost 3.5 years. Thoughts about the questions from the jury? Understandable, they asked for a list of exhibits. And I mean, this is a month long of stuff. It's easy to forget the details. I'm glad they asked for a list of exhibits. This is a good thing. And the other question about wanting to see the report from Dr. Lewis, I don't blame them, because they're probably like, what just happened for 2 days? Because nothing was really said in 2 days. Really. The videos more showed, but the questions were asked. Mr. Young was asking a yes or no question. It took some of them 10 minutes. I timed one of them. It took 10 minutes, and it still wasn't yes or no. She was talking about stories from previously, and it did seem that she was trying to back up her work, really, rather than task at hand. I'm really starting to worry, but still have faith in my fellow Coloradans to do the right thing. You know, T is growing more positive by the minute, so she's going to flip out when she doesn't win. Yeah, she's not going to win today. No. Okay, now let me just, it kicked me off the webinar. I just want to make sure I can get in here. have that on just in case. Just reading, guys, one sec. Yes, hoping for justice today too. Thank you. No 30-minute warning yet. She also said Valentine's Day. That's correct. She did say that, Tess. Valentine's Day in the library. Why come? This is hugely, obviously premeditated. It is even beyond what I thought, because it even goes the week before. Sonia says, following both this trial and Lori's, how on earth can these mothers do these horrific crimes? Justice for Gannon today. Love from UK. Thank you. Leticia is a legend in her own mind. You are correct. Brittany says, this jury worries me. Why is this taking this long? Okay, so let's ease some people's worries a little bit. So picture this. You are a bunch of people who are jurors, right? You just finished a long, lengthy trial, and you have a lot of information swirling in your head, right? So you sit down and you're going, okay, let's come up with a verdict. You start talking about it. Now they wanted the list of evidence, right? So they're going through each thing, chit-chatting about it, confirming, okay, yes, going through, okay. Now this is good, because when you look at all the experts who were on and all the witnesses, what the prosecution did was very methodical. And they said each time, did you ever hear each witness and each expert? Did you ever see her have a different personality? No? Okay. Would you, in your opinion, say she was manipulating the situation? Yes? Okay. Did she ever have a different name? No? Okay. And they went through every single witness and every expert in and around those questions, pretty much all of them. And they worded it in each way tailored to them about their experience. And each and every single time, the expert or witness said, no, no names, no severe mental, no. And even Leticia's brother said, well, we joke and say she has OCD, obsessive cleaning disorder, because she likes to have things clean. But, and he said too, like everybody who went through that, interestingly, Harley did not. Harley did not help some of the, I guess, experts who needed clarification on things or not. Understandable, she's the daughter, but it's still there. They didn't get anything from her, which would have been good because she lived with Leticia, right? And that was her mom. And she was the only person out of all of them really who's been in it for that long beside her. So, but you have them laying this out. Now that's just the opinions of personalities and whatnot, right? And you have this timeline all the way till she gets competency twice, and then she decides that she needs to get a name. She needs to get a personality, a couple personalities, and she needs a name. So what does she do, right? She Googles Spanish girl names. Oh, Maria Sanchez. Perfect. Now she puts that in her back pocket because now Maria Sanchez is the one who supposedly killed Gannon. So this is perfect in her mind. But she doesn't show this to anybody, but just conveniently shows it in November of 2022 to Dr. Lewis. 3 years after the fact, shy 2 months. Isn't that interesting? So now the jurors are going through that. They're going through all the list, the autopsy photos, the texts, the searches, the fake polygraph, all these little contrived things. There was 14 calls to Al, and that was recorded. There was testimony from the authorities, from FBI agent Grusing the day that Leticia was arrested. The testimony from the neighbor who said Leticia bribed her, all kinds of things. So let them go through it. Let them go through it, because where's points for Leticia through these expert witnesses except for Dorothy Lewis, right? So it's okay. So then they also have to appoint somebody first. So you have people going back and forth. They only really had 4 hours on Friday, not that long. And now they're going through all this stuff. Okay, they're going to do this, 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 they're going to go through it. So it's okay. I think it's going to be okay. It's just they need a little bit of time. Yes, I was wondering about this pronunciation. I don't know if this is a South Carolina thing because I don't know anybody other than Landon and them on video talking, but she does say that, and I think Harley says that sometimes too. Instead of anything, she says anything, and she has that at the end. And something, yeah, that one too. Does Colorado have a death penalty? They did have a death penalty, and then they abolished it in July of 2020. But technically, Leticia was still eligible because the crime occurred before the abolishment of the death penalty. That's exactly what I wanted to do. But I'm going to customize it. Let me just write something here. Oh. Okay, 1 sec. Yeah, Leticia can be in her cell with all her altars, absolutely. And she'll have a lifetime to think about what she did. Yes, the deliberation could go absolutely on for a while. Stark Jerk says, been here with you since day one, Linda. It's only right to see the end with you. Leticia can rot justice for Gannon. Thank you. Yes, Harley was afraid of her mom, and her mom, she said that her mom backhanded her, so she didn't ask a lot because she got backhanded. Why come am I going to prison? Why come I going to prison? Why come? No. No. I couldn't be on the jury because I wouldn't be fair and impartial to Leticia. Although, let's just say I was fair to her in the beginning, but then things started adding up fairly quickly for me, in my opinion. So she wouldn't have a hope. I was hoping I would be in the courtroom this week. They even said it could take years to diagnose DIDs, so I don't know. I really want to know what was the conversation going into seeing Dr. Lewis. Was it, hey, there's an inmate who's claiming some things, we don't know if it's true or not? Or was it, this inmate actually has multiple personalities, can you check it out? There's a difference, right? Anna says, I remember you, Anna. She's a fellow Canadian who has watched you since the beginning of your podcast. Weird, just found you again when I was visiting my sister and she was watching the end of the trial. Welcome back. No verdict yet. Okay, Dodie says it is a South Carolina thing. Okay, so it is where you say anything. Yeah, the waiting is tough. I know. Carol from Indiana says, Dr. Lewis saying that some relative mentioned Maria Sanchez worries me, though. Yeah, I think she said Maria, though, not Maria Sanchez, right? She said a relative said that she did mention Maria. Okay, but little kids can say, I want to be called Barbie. And then later on, call themselves Barbie, right? I don't know. Oh, this is a good. Why do women killers use Spanish girls as the evil person? Leticia has Maria. Casey has was his. I don't remember that. But Maisie, this is what I think about Leticia. Leticia, I've said this from the beginning. She goes the distance. Okay, so where's Gannon gonna be? Far away. Where's she gonna try and put him? Far away. What's she gonna do? Distance herself as far as possible with Al, with everybody, with the community. Distance, distance, distance. So it's the same that goes for her name. What's the complete opposite of Leticia? Let's go Spanish. Maria Sanchez. Let's do it. That's just far away. Now, when I create another character, I gotta make sure it's different, although she did screw up, but different. I do what I do. It is Sylvester Stallone. She didn't use Adrian. Anyway, or it has to be Adriana. Anyway. Yes, when she said it was magic. And she was just, I couldn't believe it when I just saw her. Could this be the Maria that came out that killed Gannon? Yeah, when she wanted to. There's a couple pot shots in court that was pretty awesome. So why is the death penalty not on the table, as heinous and violent as her crime was? Well, I don't know that answer right yet. This is the weird thing, because we heard from Michael Allen way back that it could be on the table, and then we've never heard anything since. So I'm not too sure if they would have had to announce that before. Maybe you guys know, who are a little bit more savvy in the trial process in the United States, that they had to announce it before that, kind of like how it was announced with yeah, I would think it would. It was announced with Lori's, but I don't know. State to state might be different. Michael Allen didn't say yes or no way back when. He said that's a consideration. So I don't know what happened from there. I missed it. Rachel says, today is my birthday and I'd love to get a guilty verdict for justice for Gannon today. Well, happy birthday, Rachel. I hope you have a great day, and I hope today's the day. We are all waiting for the ace that she had up her sleeve. All 52 aces at this point. Why come were the two lawyers drinking out of the same cup this morning? Why come? Sierra says, side note, your accent is so adorbs. Well, I'm Canadian. Well, thank you. She read a book on the law library. Yeah, that was the other thing. Dr. Lewis didn't seem like she knew of the whole case because there was things that was surprising to her, which I find very odd. Why come do we have to wait? Why come? Distracted Squirrel says, hi, was here from the start, stepped away, health issues, but had to be here for the end. Well, thank you and welcome. I wonder if Leticia has asked outside visitors to update her on what you say on your channel. Hi, Leticia. Why come? Why come you didn't go to the stand? Why come? Highland, I'm new to your channel. Absolutely love you and your community. Anyone else get Aunt Clara from the old TV show Bewitched vibes from Dr. Lewis testifying? I think she really confused everyone. Well, she certainly confused me. As soon as she went on, it was like I said this the other day. I said it was like grandma came to visit and she's telling old anecdotes. And I thought right away, oh dear, this is gonna take all day. And it was 4 hours long. You could even see the judge. The judge was like sitting up listening to this. And I thought, oh man, I wonder what he thinks. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, it was, I don't know. That was a hot mess. I still am just, it was nothing like I've heard before, other than people were upset because I was likening it to Johnny Depp. And the reason why I said it was like Johnny Depp, because Johnny Depp took his time on his answers. I didn't put him down. I just said it was long like his answers. People got quite upset at that. It wasn't me putting him down. Charlie says, oh my God, I loved Bewitched. Yeah, the conversation was, look, Mrs. Lewis, we're paying for a certain option and that's what you'll give us. She was very roundabout. I won't say it, but she was very roundabout. It's too bad I didn't have more time. I would love to do a highlight reel from my 80 some videos on the case. That would have been awesome. I think it would be interesting. 3 years and, going through the 3 years. One of my kids didn't like his name and changed it every few days. I had to run through all the J names I could think of every time to talk to him. Josh, Jason, Jordan. Kids love this. They just, yeah, I mean, kids are kids. They want to be called all kinds of things. My son changed the cat's name For the longest time, he changed his name. Oh, wait, but Leticia also turned into Leticia. Leticia was then Leticia, Jasmine, Holly. Help me out, guys. Who else? There's one she always used. It just kept going. Oh, Maui Girl says, I sent Al's link to your message. Oh, yes. Thank you for sending it. Sure. Please add it here too. That'd be great. Guys, I already said about the abolishment of the death penalty. She was still eligible because the crime happened before the death penalty was abolished. Same with Barry Morphew would have been eligible. Thank you, Amanda. Yeah, special counsel. Okay, that's right. Okay, there you go. But I don't know. Does District Attorney Owlin, is he able to do that? I don't know. Okay, so I'm behind in the comments. Let me scroll. I'm a big fan of your maple syrup. Oh, Canada. I'm coming. I'm coming. Hang on, you guys. This is a fantastic chat. I love, love, love hanging out in these chats. Everybody's super smart, very kind. Only like 1% or 0.5% sometimes of not so great people, but 99.9% is pretty good. Brittany says Dr. Luce is going to try to write a book about this or make another documentary. We'll see what happens. I was surprised she came back the next day. She got in trouble. Dr. Luce got a lot of trouble for not showing up on time. Twice. Thank you, Nora. This was very concerning too. The fact that it couldn't answer just answer the questions directly was concerning. And Clara, what I described to my sister. This would have taken 15 minutes and 14 minutes would have been drinking coffee. Holy man. I'm assuming that's on the verdict. Yeah, remember that when everyone apologizes to me, especially my husband. I saw her looking. Did you see that? She would get up and then she'd kind of do one of these to take a look. I heard fires in Calgary. Not that I know of. Not yet, but they are north. There's quite a few fires. I have seen Dr. Lewis testify in other trials. Shawcross is a good example. She is always incoherent. Really? I just kind of thought, I was thinking, wow, how many trials has she testified? And I think it was quite a few, like you said. I've never seen her in other trials, or perhaps I didn't obviously clue in. You know how when you watch old movies, you see actors you recognize and go, oh my gosh, I didn't know that was that person. So it was kind of like that, but I've never seen her, but it was interesting and it was weird. It was legit weird. Thank you. In Mama's Hand says, ultimately the death penalty is up to the judge. She is grandfathered in, so it's a possibility, but DA isn't pursuing it. Got you. Brooke says, my 6-year-old literally goes by butternut squash most days, or he'll tell you to call him butternut for short. That is so cute. He's also dubbed his little sister as avocados. I love that. I so much love that. That's funny. I love that. Little Lucia, or little Lucia, I should say. In Italian to be Lucia. Little Lucia. Jasper Taylor. That's what I was thinking. Then we have Eduardo Amoletto. Everything was a leap for that doctor. That's true. Taylor. Oh, I love you guys. John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. I would love Leticia to do that and just straight face it. A whole new world in prison. Very first Leticia video. Sure, you want to see Leticia's video? I could even pull up my my video of what I did for her and then break it down. Do you guys just want to see her interview video, or do you want to see my video of her breaking it of me breaking it down? Or we could do that. I like this because it's a play on words. Go Oilers. Yeah, more Oilers fan than a Flames fan. That's what Lee says. Each state is different, but it would guarantee her an appeal and much more scrutiny of the trial. Probably not worth it. Let her rot in her thoughts. Love you, Linda. Thank you. We're hoping that they reach a verdict. I do cover Brian Koberger. You can see my playlist on my channel. I'll be doing more as well. It's been a lot to do Lori and Leticia and videos and. I wish Leticia would change her last name. If I hear Stauch one more time, please, like, I can't. So many times Tellini's Dr. Stauch, it's like chalk, on the chalk. It's like nails on a chalkboard. I think Dr. Lewis was picked on purpose as well. Butternut is so cute. Eduardo Amoletto, that's what his name is. Maybe now she can be with Eduardo forever. And she can keep him company. Or he can keep her company. Yes, Shell Bell. The email about canceling the test is what made Dr. Lewis lose all credibility from me. She likes to play games with the court, it seems, create dysfunction in order to confuse the jury. That was really not good. She said that she was pushing for the EEG and the MRI, which I believed. And then she said, but it didn't happen because she was told that it was too much money for the courts. And this never in all her years that she heard that in court. And the judge kind of perked his ears like, what's she talking about? And then the next morning was when this email showed up from Tellini that it was an exchange between Tellini and Dr. Lewis that said, let's hold off or something to that effect. She says, well, I just meant that hold off for now, not in its entirety. Leticia. Yeah, there's Leticia. Yeah. I like, I like, Colby, I can imagine you going, La-T-Z. How do you spell that out? That's it. Is this channel creator LDS? No, but I'm assuming you're thinking about that. And this is a play and a jab at Lori Daybell, because when I started and when I hit 144,000, I deliberately kept it like that because Lori and Chad wanted to lead the 144,000 to the second coming of Christ, but I got to 144,000 first, and Lori would hate that. So we've kept it like 144 plus, just to take a jab at Lori. And I don't know if I'll take this down after Lori or wait till Chad's done. What do you think? Oh, you guys want to see my video? Okay. Okay, you know what we could do is we'll look at my video. And what's interesting about that is when I did it was way, way, way back. So let's see what I say in it and where it is. And then we can talk a little bit about Spencer Wilson, because he was the interviewer. He was the reporter who did a great job. I loved his coverage when he used to go to the court. He's no longer in Colorado, I don't even think, or he's definitely not in Colorado Springs, but I loved seeing him because he would give us the goods on Leticia's behavior and everything. And he'd do the little jabs very subtly, but he was also on the stand. So we can take a look. Okay, let me cue this up. Let me remember how to do this. Um, just give me a minute, guys, so I can figure out what's it called. God, I just think about her head turned like a dummy. And interview. That'd be a good idea. We could watch it together. It was fairly close to the beginning because she did it before she left for Florida. I did one on her statement as well. She wrote a letter. A lot of people might not remember this. She wrote a letter every time she was posting. She never mentioned Gannon, but this one time she was talking about Gannon and she did how grateful she was at the top. And then she sprinkled Gannon's name throughout because we were all crabbing about how she doesn't say anything about him. Arrest affidavit. Okay. Hang on, guys. Unless you guys might find it first. And then can give me the... I have 500 videos to go through. It would have been in 2020 because it was right when she did it. And I was following that case every single day until 2 in the morning. So we're going to rewind a bit. I had one how Gannon got to Florida. I think it'd be easier to find. If you're looking for an interesting one with Lori too, I did one on Flypaper Lida, and I swear Lori's a reincarnation of her. I swear to you. They're so much alike and they look alike. It's weird. I'm not looking at chat for a sec, guys, just because I'm looking for this. Okay, leaked phone call walkthrough. Leticia's rental car. Gannon surveillance. Statement. Leticia's behaviors. That might be it. You'd think I would have. Let me look back at you guys for a minute. Might be this one. Nope. That's me reading. There's the yellow wall. We have the yellow wall. So she would have done this at the end of January. Sorry, guys. I might just not be thinking of. It's funny seeing me 3 years ago doing this. I'm just, if for those of you who are wondering, I'm queuing up a video. If I could ever find it. Ah, this might be it. No. It's probably easier if I just do it from my phone, to be honest. Playlists. Gannon. There. Arrest, hearing, and okay. Where did Tisha go? Witness list. Anytime. Anytime now. Holy crap, it shouldn't be this hard. Dear Judge. I don't know. You guys can help me out.
Do you ever feel afraid to do the
Okay,
things you
so
know you should do, but you
let's skip.
I'm Linda, and today kind of just her opinion about getting death.
Oh.
Wednesday, they hang out benching to watch. Oddly and tiny things with the camera, and she voiced her opinion of the room and welcome to, since last Monday, Jen.
I might just have to change the title when we do find it, because this is painful.
Welcome to a hint.
Well, it's not. If it's painful for me, we know it's painful for you.
This new person, and I looked up online about the psychology
Oh.
of hand movements and that kind of thing, and I found he's not dead, right? So my hands are squishy. Now on Thursday, there's also sources that
I don't know, you guys.
Tisha was at Marshall's at Woodman and Academy.
This is a timeline walkthrough.
He's not dead, right? So my hands are clean. I have nothing to hide right now, right? Saying that it's to say my hands are clean. Welcome to It's a Crime. I'm Lindsay.
I'm seeing the one where I'm wearing a black shirt that everybody laughed at because I blended in with my.
Now, from the El Paso County Sheriff's Office.
Okay, maybe we're not going to watch it together.
Black-
This is way too painful to go through.
Welcome to.
Clearly, I have to
So I started
reword how
in this during her whole big deal who he is calling them.
to
and
do
he's
this.
seeing what everybody is. Welcome to it. The court was very all take that witch friend.
Sorry.
Okay,
Super
so
annoying.
3:30. Why would Dan decide after 3:30 or after 3:30? Picks up talking. Only kids that I know pick their spot, and that's their spot. Just
Now it's going to bug me forever and a day. It's going to bug me. So, anyway, we'll continue on.
Tisha made a statement that Roderick was paid for the video to be. Welcome to the ask a Boston
There was another one I did.
not talk at all about
Okay. Anyway, maybe somebody else can find it and let me know. It's super frustrating. Okay, we're going to just check in on anything else that's breaking. Becca says, I see it in this one. Letecia Stauch timeline, Gannon missing Leticia's stepmom looked at. But I did a whole entire thing. That's the only thing. From start to finish is what I believe. Okay, let's see this. I'm just flipping through for a sec, guys. It's just gone. I do have a lot going on. The court cam is shut right now because they're supposed to be coming back. Al did remarry, yes. Linda, I believe your first Gannon video was called Gannon Stokes Search New Video Clues for Missing Gannon. Yeah, I'm looking for the one that I did an entire thing on her statement. Maybe it is the full Gannon Stauch timeline. 40 minutes. I don't know. That's too bad. Could have been a good one. But there was a lot on with Leticia. And I did one on her, like I was telling you about how Gannon cut himself and all these things that she said he did on his foot. Truth and Her Lies, I did one too. Oh, let's see. That switch is bugging me too in court. Let's talk about that. In court, they were talking about the switch. In Leticia was pushing the switch like crazy when she was first even reporting Gannon gone. So that was really interesting. I wonder why. Turn that frown upside down. No, I am not LDS. No. I just cover Lori and her. She's not even LDS. Lori's way, I don't know, a cajillion fields away. I am not a Jehovah's Witness either. So, we are the 144,000. we are going to see Lori go to jail too. So, well, what do you guys think? What do you guys want to do? Should we go over some other things? Should we? Let's see, Spencer, since we're talking about the interview, let me talk about Spencer Wilson on the stand. Because that was interesting to me. When he was on the stand, there was more to it than meets the eye. It says, Wilson says Letecia Stauch pulled up next to him and chastised his coverage of the search. He says that Letecia Stauch seemed angry at the fact that the search was gaining media attention. Wilson says that when he offered to interview Stauch about her concerns and her message for the community searching for her 11-year-old stepson, she agreed, but with her back to the camera. Stauch's defense lawyer reiterated she did not want to face the camera at the time because she was concerned for her safety, something she also explained to Wilson at the time of the interview. But at the end of the interview, that's when she was crying and fake crying. And he said that on the stand. He said it was contrived. Could you imagine it been him watching her spew such crap from her mouth? What does everyone think is taking so long? Weigh in. I think they're just going through everything. They asked for the evidence list this morning, so I think they're going to go through and they're going to figure out, just walk it through. And walking through that can take quite some time. I mean, Friday we talked for 8 hours and I filled in all the spots about it, and it still could take all week to talk about this and go through it. So yeah, NRC's, I think they're being diligent. Going through verdict forms. It's not taking long. It's really not. They've only done 4 hours, and now it'd be what? Another hour and a half on top of that, 5.5. It's going to be okay. The wait is tough though, isn't it? Massive evidence. The good thing is though, as they're going through each thing, I said this earlier today, as they're going through each thing, it's just confirming, oh yeah, remember the story about the pregnant lady? And she wasn't really pregnant because she stuffed her belly full of money. And remember, it changed from Eduardo to Quincy to Terrence to Uncle Matt. Remember, Leticia had blood on her Nike shoe. Remember, Leticia rented a vehicle and said that the reason why she's renting it because she didn't want the mileage to go on her lease on her Tiguan, although the day before she was up at Petco. Remember how Leticia shut her phone off? Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, remember she was 2 hours late to go into the police station and she washed her car? Oh yeah, I remember that. Oh, remember she put her stepson in a suitcase and cleaned up the crime scene and did 5 different methods to kill? Remember that? Oh yeah, I remember that too. Oh yeah, remember how she waited until Al was gone? Well, if Maria came out to play, she'd come out at different times. So what triggered her for Maria to come out if she can't just summon her? What triggered it? Oh yeah, good point. Oh, isn't that funny how Leticia's behavior throughout the entire trial has been nothing but disrespectful? I don't think this is what the jurors could be. I don't think that's a mental issue. I think she's just disrespectful. Oh yeah. Okay, what else do we got? Oh yeah, we got her flipping the keys. Remember that? She flipped the keys all the way across the parking lot and she was acting super shady. This was just a couple days after Gannon was missing. Oh yeah. Oh, remember how she said I was when asked on the phone call, the non-emergency line about Gannon, who were you the last person? Who was the last person to see Gannon? Oh, I guess me. Oh, that's weird. Didn't you say he was at a friend's? Wouldn't the correct answer be the friend's house? The friend would be the last person? No, it was you. Oh, okay. Oh, remember how Leticia sent her daughters and her stepdaughter to go to the dollar store to go get a bunch of supplies so she could clean up? Remember that? Oh, yeah. Wow. Yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, remember how they found cleaning brushes in the dishwasher? Oh, yeah. Remember how she bribed the neighbor? Oh, yeah. So we're already in just a couple minutes. We have lots to talk about still. Oh, I remember that. So they're going to talk, let them. If they need 4 days to talk about all this stuff against Leticia, let them, because there's going to be this much about Dorothy Lewis going, what the heck was that even about? Remember the first few witnesses and how they talked about competency with Leticia and how they didn't have any sort of knowledge or awareness that there was some other anything else other than Leticia being evil. Oh yeah, I remember that. How about the jail phone calls where she told Harley coherently that she's going to pass her sanity with flying colors? Oh, okay. Yeah, she did a couple times. But now, lo and behold, a few months before trial, now she's not. Oh, remember her searches? Yeah, let's go through the searches, shall we? Yes, let's. I don't like my stepson. Oh, yeah, there was that. How about trying to find if Nintendo can find my Switch? So let them talk. Let them go through all of this. We've been watching it for 3 years. These guys have been watching for a month. My Alexa just said something in the other room. I don't know what it said, but it's here we go. That's right. There's also 4 charges to decide. We have first degree murder, and then first degree murder for a child under 12. Then we have tampering with evidence, and then we have tampering with a deceased body. So we know she went all the way to Florida. We know she dumped Gannon over the bridge, and Leticia's searches were also related to searching under a bridge. Let's go through those, shall we? I have that. So this would be after Gannon was thrown over the bridge. When does FBI take over a case? Make a fake Snapchat video? How long does a body start to decompose in a bag? How does the FBI find people? I need to change my look to hide. I need a fake ID that's legit. How can I make my phone's IP address hidden? She was busy, busy, busy. I need a new social security number to hide. Fingerprint rubber to make fake fingerprint. How to make my fingerprints not scan. What does a dead body look like after a month? Leticia was looking at the autopsy photos in court. Every other time her head's on the desk, looking down or whatever she was doing, taking a nap, who knows? When she's not flirting, her head's down. When she's not doing that, she's fingering people. When she's not doing that, she has her hands over her ears. She says, can I get a plea with no jail time? Do they check in ditches, under bridges? How long does it take to get DNA and a bunch of things related to that? I need a social security to hide. Apply for a social if I lived on an Indian reservation. Cadaver dog. Do they check in ditches under bridges? Maintenance under ditches under bridges. Can I get a plea with no jail time? I read that one. Criminally negligent homicide in Colorado. Can I find a rich guy? Can they trace Snapchat? Colorado closed cases. Drug cartels in Colorado Springs. She needs to get Eduardo on board. Bluff My Call app. What are some Mexican drug cartel phone numbers? What do they do when they find a person's body in another state? How do they identify bodies found in another state? Can the FBI go to Los Canos, create a recording of someone's voice and change the words? Add someone's voice in a video? Change someone's words in a video? I need a fake marriage license. Can God help me escape jail time? How do they identify whose blood is at the scene? Find people who want to go to jail. Spanish girl names. Address of drug cartels. Yeah, they're just gonna post that, Leticia. So just look that up and they'll just give you the address. Why come? Why come it's not there? Casey Anthony, she looked up. When does FBI take over a case? I read that already. Yeah, so she has a lot to go on. So they're going to read through that. She did have an array of men. She did keep a blanket that she has. That was something. Oh, yes, Angel. That was another one. Thank you. Thank you. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. Yes, Leticia bribed a neighbor. Let me see on my, I think it's in my notes. I took notes when she was on the stand. Notes. Here. It was really early on. Oh, might be there. She was searching for Gannon. And she said she was out quite late that night. Some of my notes say blah, blah, blah. Or as Leticia says, yada, yada, yada. Yes. Her name was Nicole Mobley. She lives in Lorson Ranch. She said she met Leticia on a neighborhood page looking for clothes. She got a message from Harley Hunt, who she thought she was speaking to. And the person who actually dropped off clothes was Leticia, not Harley. She knocked on the door, she handed the clothes, and Nicole said it was a little weird because she never met her before and she was put off at first because she thought she was meeting Harley, only it was Leticia. Leticia introduced herself and she said she was talking to her about stuff that like they're best friends. This was right before Christmas of 2019, which would have been right before Gannon was killed, a month before. She said that she saw the post on the page about Leticia's stepson not returning and asking for help. She also said that Nicole and the husband went to go look. They dressed in warm clothes and started looking for Gannon. They can't remember what it was nighttime and the weather was freezing. And she says, I think it started snowing and just remembered being soaking wet. She said, you didn't have no real plans, just looking for an age of that 11 years old. Let's go look by the school parks. Let's go look over by the house. And there's some ditches in the area that the kids play. She says, she stayed in the general area. And she said that there was a bunch of people looking. And she said about 40 people at least out with drones, flashlights, vehicles, people on feet. Some are on foot. Some people out with their dogs. She says it was like an organized and organized search. She said there were a lot of people reacting, coming together. Of course, Leticia didn't search because she knew where she knew where he was. She said it was kind of weird because everybody's out looking and it was obvious that she was at her house and not looking. She said she was out looking for him until 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. They had mud all the way up their legs and arms. And then she said it was weird that Leticia didn't face the camera when she saw her do the interview. She said her speaking in past tense, but also really worried about what people thought about her instead of where Gannon was. Let me see where else she said. Leticia's one of her nicknames, I guess you could call it, was called Barbie Girl. They were having a chat now on the phone. And she wanted to be sure that she was safe, that she could talk to Nicole. And Nicole wanted to gain her trust because she felt like she could get some information from her. She said she felt that she obviously knew something, but she said she had to work really hard to gain her trust so she can tell me something. Leticia stated they're focusing on me, wasting valuable time. She brought up someone was in the home when we came back. And then she said she blacked out. So she was telling her the Kakamani story about Aguardo and whatever. And she even said to Nicole, he took a suitcase and some of her things and Gannon's things. I was crying and then it hit me. Then he hit me across the head. And so she wanted Leticia to tell her more. So she said, I knew you were innocent. That's why the cops are quiet. And then she started going off about how Landon was part of it, blah, blah, blah. All the BS coming from her, from Leticia's mouth. And then she said, he would have been found close by if I was the killer. And so at this point, it was just an investigation. Gannon wasn't found. Yet she's bringing up the killer. Well, who said anything about him being killed, right? So she tipped off a lot of people that way. She's not as smart as she thinks, even though Dr. Lewis said that she's just amazingly smart and she couldn't be that dumb. So because she couldn't be that dumb, she couldn't be the one to kill Gannon. Must be an alter in her mind. Oh, yes, the face transplant as well. We can't forget about that. Yes, it's going to be okay. We are going to be okay. It's just they need to go through all of it. And this is new to them, right? Whereas we could just hash this out all day and we know. Well, you know. Yeah, she sure did. And they had a ton. They had a ton of different searches. They just narrowed it down. Okay, so let's just see what else here I have. Blacking out. I already mentioned that. And she said, now I think he may be out of state. Isn't that something? She also said, she brought up the Hispanic male, blah, blah, blah. Yada, yada, yada. She wanted, even if you could call Albert first and he'll keep you anonymous. Yeah, she basically wanted to bribe her to tell some things and then start with Al. That too, that was very important too. I put that in one of my videos. The array of men was in her past, and she had several, from what they said in trial, she had several pregnancies, several terminations, and I think that was the two things they said. Agreed. So dumb. Dumb is not insane. So the only question is whether she is sane. Correct. I think she's just manipulative. She's sane. She didn't have any moment of insanity and all that crap. That came up way later. Never saw one except for the fake one, the fake tears on her interview, and the fake tears when she was in the interview with Dr. Lewis. I think that's the only time I saw her cry. Google is not a murderer's best friend. No, it is not. begging Al for immunity. Remember that? She says, I'll tell you the truth, but I need to protect myself, basically. She's like, I want immunity. I want immunity. I don't know how many times I had to type that down. She just wanted immunity and on and on. Brittany says, Linda, remember when she used to write letters to the judge and would sign them? Dr. Dr. Stauch. I read them. I read the letters in its entirety on Friday. We had some time, so I whipped out the letters and read each one. And the ones about her threats to her peanut butter, the letter to the judge about her constitutional rights, how she's innocent, and it goes on. Long Shub, you should start a second channel, vlog channel, day in the life of Linda. You should. I don't think it would be too interesting. There's Linda sitting at her computer. She's scripting. Oh, Linda's editing. Oh. Hang on, you guys. Hang on. Somebody's liking to be a little dipshit. Hang on. Pardon my language, but it's important. Hang on, guys. Sit tight. Talk amongst yourselves. What can we talk about? There we go. Okay. Hang on one sec again. Navy Vet says, the 6th was my birthday. I'm praying today, justice. Oh, well, happy birthday. Hope you had a really good birthday. Okay, give me another minute, guys. And then we could pull up some more information. I just have to tend to something for a minute. All right. Give me another minute, guys. Anyway. Sorry, this is really important. And someone knows it too. All right, I think I got it. Okay. Maui girl, if you're in here, can you just check your Facebook messages, please? Okay, there we go. Dealt with. All right, so just gotta do a little stretch. I've been on for a couple hours, 2 hours. So what do you think, you guys? I think what we'll do, it could be a while. Let me just think, look, just double check here. We're going to follow a couple things to see, because Judge Werner said that we're going to have a half an hour and gives us a half an hour, and the family's a half an hour really, which will give us a half an hour before we come on. So what we might do is we might take a break for now. And then when I get the 30 minutes, heads up, when we do that, I'll climb back on. We'll get to chit chat for 20 minutes and in preparation for when they come back on. I think that should do the job and get the job done, right? What do you think? So what we would do is I would end this broadcast and then start a new one. So you might have a little break, take a washroom break, get some food. I'm going to get some food too, and have some brunch, I guess, at this point. I'll keep watching, and if we get the go ahead, we'll come back. That way I can work on my other stuff, my other work as well. And then I love talking to you, but I got to get some work done as well. So let's do that. We will then reconvene. I will come back. So if it's today, I'll be back on no matter what. So I'll watch that and we'll go from there. Okay. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here with me. We'll be back. So 30-minute warning will come. And I will know, and I'll come on here when the 30-minute mark comes on, and then we can group together. Okay? So we'll chat with you guys soon. We'll see you hopefully soon. Have a good day. Bye.